Okay, so good morning. Welcome to my presentation. I'm Johnson, and this is my research analysis called Who Do I Say Hello To? So, have you ever considered who you really usually say hello to? Maybe it's your parents, your friends, or just some strangers. So, we're living in a more distant world compared to decades ago. Sometimes we don't even know our neighbors. And to me personally, it seems I've forgotten how important greeting means in our lives. Hence, I did this analysis to find out who I normally would say hello to whom I greet with, and most importantly, the nature of the greeting occurred. This is the data collection. I've recorded 50 data points, 15 instances in a continuous 7 days. So it's from the 6th of March on Friday to 10th of March on Thursday. The distribution of data are pretty average, except for on Thursday, which I went to a party. So that's where the instances grows more. So next, we have data pause here. I'm using several different categories to structure my data. So it's from instances, as you can see here, and weekday, date and time of the hello occurred, where did the hello took place, to whom I said hello to, and the potential reasoning behind each hello, and the relationship between me and the person I said hello to, the loudness of a hello. So 1 means very polite and 5 means very excited. And did I smile when I said hello? Next, we have data filter. In this part, I have identified several potentially interesting categories that I can visualize using Tableau. So they are to whom I said hello to, the reasoning behind each hello, the relationship between me and the person I said hello to, loudness of a hello, and did I smile when I said hello. And the instances will be responded on the location basis. So you will see a visualization later on, actually just next page. So where did all the hello took place? And also the relationship, loudness, and did I smile will be visualized using Tableau as well. So this is data visualization number 1. So a total of 50 instances at 15 different places were recorded, and a majority of them actually took place in my apartment. The rest of the instances are just scattered among all different places. So this is data visualization number 2. How loud was that hello? Each of the color actually represents a level of loudness. So light blue here represents very polite hello. The green here represents polite hello. Pink here represents medium, sort of medium hello. And orange here represents excited hello. And red here represents very excited hello. So there are 26 instances of polite hellos. So from the data here, you may interpret me as a polite person, which I am. This is data visualization number 3, and this one is a bit complicated. So this graph actually shows the relationship between me and the person I said hello to, and also the reasons behind each greetings, each hellos are also considered. So essentially this graph is constructed by 3 parts: reasoning, instances, and the relationship between me and the person I said hello to. So there are 20 instances were recorded for greeting with friends. Normally I would greet my friends with hello. 12 instances were recorded for showing gratitude in a manner to strangers. So that's the blue bar here. And 6 instances were recorded for showing gratitude in a manner with a stranger with a familiar face. Now you may wondering why do you put stranger and the stranger with familiar faces? I'm pretty sure you have the same experience as I am. You just know the person, you know his face, you just don't know his name. But it happens to me a lot. I'm pretty sure we share the same experience, right? Next, we have our fourth data visualization. This one is pretty straightforward. So this is essentially just pie charts, okay? And it actually just shows the relationship between me and the person I say hello to, and did I smile when I do hellos. So there's a 50 chance I would say hello and smile to my friend, which is pretty strange. Maybe I just don't smile that much to the person I'm close to. And there are 87% possibility I would say hello and smile to a stranger, and 86% possibility to stranger with familiar face. So as I said, I'm a polite person. So jumping all the way back to the start of the presentation, I have asked a question, or actually questioned the nature of each hello occurred. So I'm resolving that by expanding the reasons behind each hello, and here is the result. There are 21 instances of those hellos is because I need to greet people, and a majority of them goes to my friends. And there are 19 instances in which I need to show gratitude in a manner by saying hello. The results comes pretty clear. I just say hello usually to greet people or to show gratitude and manners. Some of the conclusions drawn from previous visualizations. So there are 34% of hellos took place in my apartment with my housemates. I normally would do polite hellos rather than exciting hellos. The majority of people I greet with are friends and strangers, and I will probably say hello and smile to a stranger rather than to my friend. Next, we have data to artifact. This one is pretty interesting because I have paid a lot of attention to the word hello for a week, and I found something really interesting during the process. So on this page, you can see I'm using my hand as a metaphor to represent the most important elements in my data, which are the two reasons I mentioned before, greetings and to show gratitude and manners. So the longest two fingers in a graph actually shows the two major reasons, and the bars in my palm shows the frequencies of these two reasons took place in a 7 days period, and the shaded area in my palm actually shows the percentage of me smiling when I say hello. So it's about 60% I said hello. So the shaded area is about 60% versus the non-shaded area. So this part was actually inspired by the colors I used in visualizing my data and the physical body part people are using to grade people. So it's their hands. So jumping out from the conclusions I made in my project, some reflections are also needed. And so the design process I went through were pretty standard. So it's data acquiring, data parsing, data filtering, and data visualization. When collecting data, I choose to monitor all data in a continuous 7 days instead of jumping between different days, because I think the continuous data is more consistent in a way. And also I have chosen 4 different methods for visualizing my data. There are tree maps, packed bubbles, side-by-side bars, and pie charts. The reason I'm choosing these methods is because they actually show my design intention quite well, and they are actually very easy to execute in Tableau. When it comes to choose a way of me executing my data artifact, I actually struggled a bit. But then I figured using my hand as an example, because it's a tool we use to grade people, and it turns out it represents my design intention quite well. During the design process, I have learned many new things. when doing data visualizations, including the use of Tableau, and later on maybe J3 and JavaScript. The most challenging thing I found during the design process is doing data artifact, because it's really hard to find an object or a thing that both shows my design intention quite well and fit in the aesthetic standards. Lastly, I want to mention is that by doing this practice, by overlaying qualitative and quantitative analysis together, there are some very interesting results are generated during the process. I think in the future, for developing more on this project, I would do more visualizations, like using JavaScript and J3, and potentially to maximize the data's in a way. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.